Good morning, students. Welcome to our English lecture. Today we are going to start with lesson number 2.5. Let's march. Let's march means let's come together and do something. Let's do progress together. Let's March is an inspirational speech given by 2014 Nobel Peace Prize winner Kailash Satyarthi. Do you know, children, who is Kailash Satyarthi? Kailash Satyarthi is the second Indian to win Nobel Peace Prize. And you know, he is known as the real hero for the children as he is the one who saved so many children across the world from child labor, slavery, trafficking, exploitation, sexual abuse, illegal organ transplants, etc. Kailash Satyarthi's real name is Kailash Sharma, but later he changed his name to Kailash Satyarthi. Satyarthi means to work on the path of truth. Kailash Satyarthi was born on 11th January 1954 at Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh. Kailash Satyarthi is an Indian children's right and education advocate who worked in protecting the rights of children. He is an activist against child labor. He founded the movement Bachpan Bachao Andolan in 1980 for the protection of children and has acted to protect the rights of more than 83,000 children across 144 countries. He is honored with many awards, including Nobel Peace Prize of 2014. He addressed this speech, Let's March, on the eve of Nobel Prize distribution ceremony. This lesson is a speech which is divided into three parts. Let's see one by one. Part 1. My dear children of the world, Your Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished members of the Norwegian Nobel Committee, dear brother Tom Harkin, brothers and sisters, and my dear daughter Malala. As this lesson is the speech given by Kailash Satyarthi, he starts his speech with addressing the audience, which includes the children across the world, the majesties means dignitaries, your royal highnesses means members of royal family, excellences means high officials, distinguished means famous, well known, members of the Norwegian Nobel Committee. Norwegian Nobel Committee is the committee of the member who decides and selects the Nobel Prize winner every year. He also mentioned Tom Harkin. Tom Harkin is an American politician who had nominated Kailash Satyarthi for the Nobel Peace Prize. And Kailash Satyarthi also addressed Malala in his speech. Dear children, do you know who is Malala? Let's see. Malala Yousafzai also received the Nobel Peace Prize on the same day along with Kailash Satyarthi. Malala Yousafzai is from Pakistan. She is an activist for female education. She raised her voice for human rights, especially for the education of women and children in her native. Let's proceed to his speech. From this podium of peace and humanity, I am deeply honored to recite a mantra from the ancient text of wisdom, Vedas. This mantra carries a prayer, an aspiration, and a resolve that has the potential to liberate humanity from all man made crises. From this podium of peace and humanity, podium means platform. He feels so proud and he recites a mantra from the ancient text of wisdom. the Vedas. This mantra carries a prayer, an aspiration. Aspiration means a desire, a hope. The mantra he recited has the potential to free humanity from all the man made crises. Let's work together in the pursuit of global progress. Not a single person should be left out or left behind in any corner of the world, from east to west, from south to north. Let's speak together. Let our minds come together. Learning from the experiences of our ancestors, let us together create knowledge for all that benefits all. Kailash Satyarthi, in his speech, asks everyone to work together in search of global progress. For the progress of the world, we all need to work together. Not a single person should be left out or left behind in any corner of the world, from east to west, from south to north. We all need to speak together. Let's our mind come together. We should learn from the experiences of our ancestors, forefathers, and together create knowledge for the benefits of all. I bow to my late parents, to my motherland, India, and to the Mother Earth. With a warm heart, I recall how thousands of times I have been liberated. Each time I have freed a child from slavery. In the first smile of freedom on their beautiful faces, I see the God smiling. He bowed his head to show respect for his late parents. Late parents means parents are no more. He bowed his head to show respect for motherland, India, and to the Mother Earth also. Mother Earth means whole world. With a warm heart, he remembers how thousands of times he have been released each time he had freed a child from slavery. Means whenever he free one child from slavery, he feels that he had freed himself. He sees the God smiling in the first smile of freedom on the faces of the children he freed from the slavery. I give the biggest credit of this honor to my moments Kalu Kumar, Dhoom Das and Adarsh Kishore from India and Iqbal Masih from Pakistan who made the supreme sacrifice for protecting the freedom and dignity of children. I humbly accept this award on behalf of all such martyrs, my fellow activists across the world and my countrymen. Satyarthi accepts the award on behalf of the martyrs Kalu Kumar, Dhoomdas and Adarsh Kishore from India and Iqbal Masih from Pakistan who made the supreme sacrifice for protecting the freedom and dignity of children. Dignity means self-respect. Now we'll see who are these people. Kalu Kumar too had dreams full of joy like any other 5-year-old boy anywhere in the world. Kalu was born in 1988 in Madhepura district of Bihar. His father was a poor agricultural laborer. When he was just 5 years old, his uncle sold him to the notorious carpet belt. Notorious means bad. Bad carpet belt in Mirzapur district of UP, Uttar Pradesh. Carpet industries were known for exploiting their workers. For 5 years, Kalu Kumar was exploited and was forced to work in complete inhuman conditions. Kalu was abused daily and beaten by his loom owner. In 1997, his nightmarish life came to an end. He was rescued by the Bachpan Bachao Andolan, the movement founded by Kailash Satyarthi. Yes, all other 18 children rescued along with Kalu belonged to Bihar. In 1998, Kalu was brought to Bal Ashram of Bachpan Bachao Andolan, the movement of which Kailash Satyarthi was the founder. Kalu Kumar also started working against the child labor and at the young age of 23, he was bitten by a snake. He struggled for his life for 26 days, but on 18th October 2011, the brave soldier passed away. Dhoom Das and Adarsh Kishore were the activists of Bachpan Bachao Andolan who were assassinated, killed while fighting against the carpet industry that exploited children. Iqbal Masih from Pakistan was murdered at the age of 12 only for fighting against child labor. The story of this little hero is very sad to narrate. He struggled to fight against the child labor but had to sacrifice his own life. Let's come back to our textbook and move on to our lesson. My journey from the great land of Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak, and Mahatma Gandhi, India, to Norway is a connect between the two centers of global peace and brotherhood, ancient and modern. Kailash Satyarthi's journey started from the great land India, where great people like Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak, and Mahatma Gandhi were born, to the Norway. It's a connection between the two centers of global peace and brotherhood, whether it's of ancient or modern. Friends, the Nobel Committee has generously invited me to present a lecture. Respectfully, I am unable to do that because I am representing here the sound of silence, the cry of innocence, and the face of invisibility. I represent millions of those children who are left behind, and that's why I have kept an empty chair here as a reminder. I have come here only to share the voices and dreams of our children because they are all our children. Gesture to everyone in the audience. I have looked into their frightened and exhausted eyes. I have held their injured bodies and felt their broken spirits. The Nobel Committee has generously invited Satyarthi to present a lecture, but he is not able to do so because he is there to represent the sound of silence. The sound of silence means the silence of millions of children who have been left behind and who cannot speak for themselves. The unheard plea of those who have been deprived and exploited. The cry of innocence and the face of invisibility. The face of invisibility means the struggling and the suffering of poor and innocent children that goes unnoticed. Satyarthi represents millions of those children who are left behind, and that's why he kept an empty chair there as a reminder. The empty chair kept next to Satyarthi represents, symbolizes the suffering and the struggles of millions of children who are left behind. Satyarthi says that he is present there only to share the voice and dreams of children. By looking at everyone present there, he said, our children. He have looked into their frightened and exhausted eyes. He have held their injured bodies and felt their broken spirits, their broken hearts. 20 years ago, in the foothills of the Himalayas, I met a small, skinny child laborer. He asked me, is the world so poor that it cannot give me a toy and a book instead of forcing me to take a gun or a tool? I met with a Sudanese child soldier. He was kidnapped by an extremist militia. As his first training lesson, he was forced to kill his friends and family. He asked me, what is my fault? 20 years ago, in the foothills of Himalayas, he met a small skinny means thin child laborer. He asked Satyarthi that is the world so poor that it cannot give him a toy and a book instead of forcing him to take a gun or a tool? Then he met a boy from Sudan. Sudan is a country in South Africa. That boy was kidnapped by an extremist militia. Extremist means a person who holds extreme or political or religious views. Militia means a military force that is raised from civil population. At his first training only, that boy was forced to kill his friends and family. That boy asked Satyati that what was his faults, why he was forced to do so. Friends, all the great religions teach us to care for our children. Jesus said, "Let the children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to them." The Holy Quran says, "Kill not your children because of poverty." Each and every religion teaches us to care for our children. Not a single religion opposes these views. Jesus said, "Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them." Hinder means stop. Do not stop them, as the kingdom of God belongs to the children. In Holy Quran also it is mentioned that one should not kill the children because of poverty. Friends, there is no greater violence than to deny the dreams of our children. Therefore, I refuse to accept that all the temples and mosques and churches and prayer houses have no place for the dreams of our children. I refuse to accept that the world is so poor when just 1 week of global military expenditure can bring all the children to classrooms. I refuse to accept that all the laws and constitutions, police and judges are unable to protect our children. I refuse to accept that the shackles of slavery can ever be stronger than the quest for freedom. I refuse to accept here. There is no greater violence than to deny the dreams of our children. Therefore, Satyati refuses to accept that all the temples and mosques and churches and prayer houses have no place for the dreams of our children. When all great religions and all countries teach us to care for our children. Satyati is not ready to accept that the world is so poor when just 1 week of global military expenditure is sufficient to pay for the education of all the children. Satyati is not ready to accept that all the laws and constitutions, police and judges are unable to protect our children. Satyati is not ready to accept that the shackles of slavery, shackle means the chain that binds, can ever be stronger than the search for freedom. My only aim in life is that every child is free to be a child, free to grow and develop, free to eat, sleep, and see daylight, free to laugh and cry, free to play and learn, free to go to school, and above all, free to dream. I have the privilege of working with many courageous people who have the same aim. We have never given up against any threat or attack, and we never will. The aim in the life of Kailash Satyarthi is that every child should be free to be a child. Every child should be free to grow and develop. Every child should be free to eat, sleep, and see daylight. Every child should be free to laugh and cry. Every child should be free to play and learn. Every child should be free to go to school. And every child should be free to dream. Satyati feels privilege of working with many courageous, brave people who also have the same aim. In spite of so many threats and attacks, these people had never given up their aim, and they will never give up their aim. We have made progress in the last couple of decades. We have reduced the number of out of school children by half. We have reduced the number of child laborers by a third. We have reduced child mortality and malnutrition, and we have prevented millions of child deaths. The progress made by them in the last couple of decades are the number of out of school, means the children not attending the school, had reduced by half. The number of child laborers reduced by a third. The number of child mortality means death rate and malnutrition reduced. Millions of child deaths prevented. But let us make no mistake, great challenges still remain. Friends, the biggest challenge or biggest crisis knocking on the doors of humankind is fear and intolerance. We have utterly failed our children in imparting an education that gives the meaning and objective of life, an education that gives a sense of global citizenship among the youth. I am afraid that the day is not very far away when the cumulative result of this failure will culminate in an unprecedented violence, and that will be suicidal for humankind. Right, security, hope can only be restored through education. But let us make no mistake, great challenges still remain. The biggest challenge knocking on the doors of humankind is fear and intolerance, means inequality. Satyarthi says that we have completely failed our children in imparting an education that makes the children to stand on their own feet and earn a decent living. An education plays a huge role in building confidence, tolerance, and making children global citizens. Satyarthi says that the day is not very far away when the failure to impart a meaningful education will result in unprecedented violence. Unprecedented violence means the violence which is never done or known before, which is suicidal for humankind. Rights, security, hope can only be restored through education only. Young people like Malala, I have started calling her my daughter Malala. Not just Malala, so my daughter Malala and other daughters including Kainat. In fact, two Kainats and Shazia and the daughters from Africa and from all over the world. They are rising up and choosing peace over violence, tolerance over extremism, and courage over fear. The solutions are emerging, but these solutions cannot be found in the deliberations in conferences alone and cannot be found in prescriptions from a distance. They lie in small groups and local organizations and individuals who are confronting with the problem every day. Even if they remain unacknowledged, unrecognized, and unknown to the world, the solution are with them. Malala, two Kainats, Shazia are the so-called daughters of Kailash Satyarthi from Africa and all over the world. Dear children, I had already given the introduction of Malala Yousafzai at the start of our lesson only. These people are rising up. They are choosing peace over violence, tolerance over extremism. Tolerance means patience, and extremism means the holding of extreme political or religious views, and courage over fear. The solutions are emerging, but these solutions cannot be found in the deliberations in conference alone. Deliberations means long and careful considerations or discussion, and it cannot be found in prescriptions from a distance. Prescriptions means instructions. We can't find a solution in this conference, in these discussions, or in these instructions. Instead, the solutions lie in small groups and local organizations and individuals who are confronting with the problems every day. Confronting means facing the problems every day. Even if they remain unacknowledged, unacknowledged means not generally recognized and not known to the world. But then also, the solutions are with them only. With this, we have completed part 1 of this speech given by Kailash Satyarthi. We'll continue with part 2 of this speech in our next lecture. Thank you.